Hello there. I am Shaun McLaren, and here we have some green-white Allosaurus Rider Evolution value deck in Modern. Alright, this is to be honest, this is more of a meme deck than a real deck. So play to a competitive tournament at your own risk. It's fun, but it's not quite competitive, I would say. So that is the disclaimer to start with. So the main goal of the deck is to cheat Allosaurus Rider into play by exiling 2 green cards from your hand, and then Eldritch Evolve it into Elishanorn, Craterhoof Behemoth, or Iona, Shield of Emeria. Depending on the situation, you'll want this covers a lot of situations. Iona, if your board is empty, like on turn 2, you're probably getting Iona and trying to name a color that hurts your opponent and stops them from removing the Iona. Craterhoof, obviously, when you have lethal, a huge board, you're just going to smash their face. And Elishanorn, for somewhere in between, when you don't quite have lethal with Craterhoof, but you want to kill off some creatures on your opponent's side of the board. And of course, a little bit of redundancy by having 3 of them. If you draw one of them, you'll be able to evolve into something else, since you obviously won't be able to evolve into any of them that you draw. Alright, so that's the main goal of the deck, although that doesn't happen all that often. If that did happen, like 50% of your games, this would be the best deck in the format. It doesn't happen that often, though. So we do have the rest of the deck to try and facilitate that with a bunch of card draw and a bunch of value. So that's what the Elvish Visionaries and Wall of Omens are for, just to cycle into your combo, hopefully as quickly as possible. And then we have Renegade Ralliers to get back the Wall of Omens, the Elvish Visionaries, the Horizon Canopies. So Renegade Rallier is like an even bigger Wall of Omens or Elvish Visionary. Same goes for Eternal Witness, although Eternal Witness is obviously much more versatile, but a little bit slower. So Collected Company into Renegade Rallier or Eternal Witness is pretty good. If you remember to activate Revolt first, though, if you're Collected Company and want to hit a Renegade Rallier. And of course, Eternal Witness can actually just return the Collected Company, so you can do it all again. Other than that, we just have some basic ramp stuff, some basic land stuff, some Horizon Canopies, which act as fixing and card draw, although 4 might be going a little bit overboard, but I do like drawing cards. Scavenging Ooze as sort of a tutor target to hit the graveyard, and then Thragtusk in case you have Eldritch Evolution and a 3-drop but aren't able to go for something bigger with Allosaurus Rider. Next we have the sideboard, which is some removal. As you can see, this deck is all focused on just comboing off, not interacting with your opponent, but post-board we can do that. A Revelark for some more value, and sort of as in the Thragtusk slot. You can pick which is better, Thragtusk or Revelark, or have both if you want. Scavenging Oozes for against graveyard decks. Kataki against affinity decks, lantern decks, etc. And of course it's better to have creatures, cheap creatures that we can hit off Collected Company or Eldritch Evolve into, rather than like Stony Silence. Tireless Tracker for value. Reclamation Sage, sort of same as Kataki, except can actually do things, which is good. Gloaming Shaman as like really hard graveyard removal, more so than Scavenging Ooze. Maybe a bit redundant though, depending on how much graveyard hate you're expecting. Fiend Hunter as creature removal that you can hit off Company or Eldritch Evolution. Terastodon as another Eldritch Evolution target that you can evolve Allosaurus Rider into. Dinosaur into Elephant is an upgrade, apparently. Yeah, so Terastodon can blow up your opponent's lands or important permanents. Eidolon of Rhetoric for against Storm decks, Living End, etc., and Engineered Explosives for mass removal or destroying Grafdigger's cages or what have you. Yeah, so that's the deck, but you gotta see it to believe it, so let's just play some games.